I got a video for y'all.
Now, if you're going to jump into the kitchen, it gets hot.
You're not listening to me.
Yeah, you're not listening to me.
You're not listening to me.
You don't listen to me either.
You are enforcing the stereotype.
I'm not enforcing anything.
Real quick, when a Muslim and a Christian debates, if you want to get down to the nuts and bolts of the situation, someone is right and someone is wrong.
You have interrupted, and you're talking nonsense.
How like bad, how they're terrorists every time you talk about it.
I never said that once. We said the opposite. Muslims are not all terrorists.
You mentioned how Muhammad was violent, and you did not give
Muhammad was violent.
No,
Surah 9, Surah 9, Muhammad writes, kill the infidel. That's violence. That's what
to attack you.
Never carried a sword. Never. You're right.
Muhammad
attacks you. We already
Look, we don't want to talk about Islam. Why are you forcing us to talk about it and then accusing us of raising it?
I'm simply asking you to recognize people and.
No, you're not asking. You ask a question, I begin to answer, and you interrupt me.
You need to.
You're not asking.
Islam.
I did read it.
Okay, but you didn't read it out loud, and you're still not.
I'm not going to read it out loud.
I'm here to convince you.
Because it's a false translation. I'm not going to read it.
Go through every synagogue. I bet you know some rabbis in a lot of synagogues. Why don't you go ask them, and they will tell you the same thing. I dare you.
I got many rabbi friends. I meet with them on a regular basis.
Good news,
and they are intellectually honest. The Old Testament never once talks about Muhammad. Never once. And neither does the New Testament. It doesn't talk about Muhammad.
And make sure you ask many.
And by the way, we respect you and we love you and we're glad you're here in the United States. So don't lump us into a stereotype.
No, you're not listening.
We celebrate Muslims being here in the United States. We are here to defend you. But when you're intellectually dishonest and when you lie, we're going to call you on it.
And you haven't
I
read
still
it.
respect
And you. Still haven't read it.
I just did read it. You gave it to me and I read it.
Read it out loud.
I'm not going to read it out loud. You can read it out loud.
Oh, absolutely. I already did. وَكُلُّ مُحَمَّدٍ. That's what it says in the Hebrew. When it got translated, they took the name Muhammad, who means altogether lovely, and they say this guy who is altogether lovely. So everybody in the world right now is not going to know that Muhammad was here. Why don't? Could you please comment on that?
No. Why do you trust Muhammad?
No, because you can't.
Oh, it's easy, sir.
Because you
Any
can't.
Hebrew scholar can tell you that Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16, is not talking about a dude who was born in 570 A.D. and lived till about 632 A.D.
And yet
Muhammad.
here it is.
It's not talking about that. It was written 1,000 years before, so it's not talking about Muhammad. It's not. And you're intellectually dishonest if you say that. The same way I would be intellectually dishonest if I said the Old Testament mentions Jesus of Nazareth. No, it does not, guys. The Old Testament was written BC, before Christ. The Old Testament never mentions the word Jesus.
Google Solomon.
The debate cannot be that of hostility. It should be one that comes to the truth or reveals the truth, not in a demeaning manner, but in a enlightened manner, to enlighten the listener. Y'all know what this is.